if welcome to my channel if you're a new subscriber, and welcome back to my channel if you're an old subscriber. If you're a new subscriber, please subscribe to my channel, watch my other videos, like, comment, and share the link and leave a comment in the comment section. I really appreciate it. I'm sure this video is going to attract a lot of viewership, so let me introduce myself again. My name is Precious and the name of my channel is Set Apart. I'm a Christian YouTuber. I post videos about my walk with Christ, my growth with Christ, and whatever is going on in my life that the Holy Spirit would instruct me to post about. And this is a video that has been requested countless times since I made mention of it, and I think most people are not aware of this, but I faced a lot of persecution since I made my mind to post this video. I already knew years ago that a time will come where I'll post this video and they will liberate people, but I feel like the devil has just been attacking me filming this video because he knows he's going to deliver people. If I was just filming this video for my own self, I don't think it would have the sort of persecution that it's having now. So I thank God I'm finally filming this video. Literally yesterday I sat down to film the video, and for over 30 minutes I filmed just to finish, and I realized that my camera wasn't even filming at all. Can you believe that? So yes, I thank God so much for this video. Before I go into the video, let me just say a short prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for today. I thank you for the gift of life. I thank you even that you've counted us amongst the living this day. Lord Jesus, I pray and I commit everyone that will see this video into your hands. I pray, Holy Spirit, that let this video not be like a story time. Let this video literally change lives. Let this story literally deliver people from whatever they are stuck in. I pray, oh Lord, that by the time they are done watching this video, may every hand, oh Lord, every bondage, every chain of masturbation and pornography, every form of addiction, let it be broken off their life. In the name of Jesus, Lord, liberate them from every work and every agenda of the enemy. Give me utterance. Let me speak your will. Let me speak your counsel this day, and just let your spirit move with me. In Jesus' name, I pray so much and I thanksgiving. Amen. Okay, this will be a very emotional video. I'm so nervous. I don't even know where to start from, but I've literally gone over this video and how I'm going to make it for ages, and I don't know. I'm a Ghanaian. I'm currently 22 years. I turned 22. My other finger is not straight, so I don't want to show it. I turned 22 on about 4 days ago. Today's Friday, the 5th of July, and my mom and I share the same birthday. So okay. So what happened was that this is how it all started. I'm just going to just go right. I grew up in a typical Christian family, in a typical Christian home where the Bible was just everything. We go to church, we read the Bible, we were living like right lives. But though I was doing all those things, I never really knew Jesus Christ at the time. I had accepted him as my Lord and personal Savior, but I think at that time my mind couldn't just really understand what it was about. But to me at that time I was saved, and I believe if Jesus had come at that time, I believe I would have gone to heaven, right? Because at that time, that was the knowledge that I had, right? For the Ghanaians, I was in class 5. And at that time, I was around 10 years, or maybe 10 and on 11. And it was a Sunday. I remember it very well. It was a Sunday. I was going to church, and then my mom is like a super spiritual person. And in every church we've been in, she has handled positions, like she sometimes leads prayers, intercession, opening prayers, worship and stuff. So, and I remember that day she was going to lead intercession. So as we were going to church, she was reading the Bible and literally studying in the car. It's something she does every day, every Sunday, right? So I was just in the car, and then I decided to take her phone. Okay, I thought someone called me. So yeah, I decided to take her phone, right? When I took her phone, I realized she was using a Nokia 6131. It was a flip phone. Hers was black. And I realized, I checked her gallery. Every time I do that, I just check. I just want to check. I already know what's on the phone, but I just always want to check. So then that day, I took the phone and I was going through her gallery, and I saw some videos. It was videos of that first video I saw was a lot of naked people, but they were mainly men and women. don't want to mention what type of porn it is, but I'm sure those of you that have watched porn before or like were addicted to pornography would know this, right? So it was a lot of naked men and women, and so initially I just checked those that were sitting by me in the car, my mom and my sister, to see if they noticed it, and they didn't notice it. So I just opened it, played it for like 2 or 3 seconds. But I was like, what's going on? At that time, mind you, I've grown up in a typical Christian family. The only thing I know is just talk, but I really don't know like actual acts, right? I really don't know what it takes for babies to be born and all of that. So I didn't say anything. When we got to church, I asked my mom for her phone, and then she gave it to me. I had a cousin. I think she's like the only cousin I have, and a very close friend. She's now a sister, because she's literally a sister. So her dad was the head pastor. I don't want to mention her name. If I had at least told her in advance that this is the video I was going to make, I may have asked her if I could mention her name. When we got to church, I said, oh baby. Okay, when we got to church, I always mention her name. Okay, but most people don't even know that that's not her real name, because I mentioned a pet name. So the day when I got to church, I just was like, I saw something on the phone. I wanted to come and see. She was asking me what is it, and I didn't want to say it because like we were at Sunday school. So she went with me to the washroom, and then I opened my mom's phone and I started playing the video to her. And then we're like, she said something. I was like, yeah. So we watched the video, like we literally watched the full video. Then there were other videos too, so we watched it in the washroom for some time. Then we left to the Sunday school. Then I think as we were in Sunday school, I think she said she wanted to see it, so I said I wanted to see it, and we came together again to the washroom and we watched it. And for me, I didn't know that was the beginning of like a cycle in my life that will last for over 10 years. I never knew. If someone had told me, I would have never known. You see, what happened was that I don't know if I've not spoken to her to know like if she was stuck in this for some time, right? So what happened was that after we watched it, I went back, and when I got home, I started watching like everything all over. And I think around that time I could react to it, like my body was reacting to it. So later I realized someone had deleted it from the phone, all of the videos, and I was so hit. And I found a way to download it. I went online, I think, and I got websites and everything, and I literally downloaded all the videos all over, not the same ones but different ones. So then it became, I was always on my mom's phone, and she would ask me, for every day you're taking my phone, but I think she couldn't discern at the time that that's what was happening to me. So what happened was that I'll take her phone and literally go and download, watch for some time, then I'll delete them. And I was doing that every single day. Sometimes I could watch porn for I don't know how many times a day, and it made me become so antisocial. I always wanted to be in the house with no one, so that I can literally, like, I can watch it in peace, and I don't have to use an earpiece, and like I won't be bothered about if someone is getting close or what. So I was in class 5 when I saw my first pornography. I was 10 years, and I don't think I'll come around here and just joke with this. This is actually a very serious issue. So unfortunately for me, after the first time I watched it, in less than about a year, I got a new phone. My auntie bought me a new phone. My parents were in a position to buy me the phone, but I think per the training we received, it's not something they will do. Don't buy a phone at that age. So they got me a phone, and that was like actually what put me in. That I just started watching. I would download and watch, and then I noticed that my brothers too had videos. I don't know which of my brothers that had it, but I picked it from their room. At that time, my brothers, 2 of them were sharing one room, so I picked it, and it was like a CD. The name of the movie, I was going to mention the name of the movie, but I just realized that if I do, other people are going to look for the video, and for all you know, they would now like go back and have a relapse. So I'll just keep quiet about the title of the video. But it was just a series with a lot of like hot sexual scenes and like very, very bad sexual scenes. And I was watching it all the way from Dansoman. By the time I was in JHS, I had my own phone. I could download the videos from the internet on my own and keep them on my phone, and I made sure like no one was using my phone. No one would even get the access to my phone. I was taking my phone literally everywhere. And by that time, I was still a virgin, and I had told myself that, it was just as if, because I had told myself that I want to marry as a virgin, pornography became like something to it became like my god in a way, because it became like something to keep me from having sex. I don't know if that makes sense. Check me. I just want to slip this in, right? Parents, in as much as you are taking good care of your children and you are paying their fees and you are taking them to church, when you notice any like difference in their behavior, just check up on them. You know, when children get to their teens, they become so quiet and they don't want to talk and so private and they want their privacy and all of that. I don't think that's the time as parents to give them that type of privacy. I believe that's the time, and based on my experience, I believe that's the time to actually be all in their business and be checking them, be knowing what they are doing and all of that. Because yeah, that's just what I think. If I give birth, that's what I'll do to my children. Around that time, that's when I'm going to literally be like all up in their business. I'm not even going to give them the chance to like be doing their own things, be locked in their room and what's not. Do you understand? And so fast forward to how masturbation came. Like in JHS there, I started sexting. If those of you that don't know, it's just having sex via the phone. So like texting, sex and texting. So sexting, that's what they call it. If you don't know about it, please don't get involved in it. It's just a waste of time. All those things are empty, like masturbation, pornography. Every form of addiction is empty. The only thing that can fill you is Jesus Christ. Every other thing will just make you much more empty and much more depressed, right? So what happened was that by JHS, I already had like accounts on Facebook and other websites, not social media pages, but like other websites where I'd created accounts to just be having phone sex with people. So I was that type of girl that would literally like text you or reply your messages and just take your number, but I was never sending them my pictures because I promised God that I want to give my virginity to my husband. That was like a promise I made when I was young, and I don't think I made it just, even though at the time I didn't understand it. I plan on carrying it out. I've been carrying it out and I plan on carrying it out like till the end, right? By the grace of God. So what happened was that by the time I was in JHS, like I had all these social media accounts, and that's what I was doing. I would be texting people, like having phone sex with them, with people's phones, with my own phone. Like I remember one time I almost got into trouble. I think my siblings are even aware of this. They never confronted me, but I believe they found out about it because I think one of the guys that I was having phone sex with was my brother's friend or my sister's friend or something. But I don't know the full details. All I know is that they know about it. So now that I'm preaching, they just know that it's God that has worked on me, because like they know that part of my life, right? So masturbation really started when I started the phone sex. When I started having phone sex, that's when it started. When I used to call people and like I just used to do things with them over the phone. Right now, looking back, it looks nasty and I don't know, but I think I was just trying to feel myself. I was just trying to look for solace somewhere. And at that time, when you read on like people say that, oh, it's a normal thing, nothing is wrong with it, my friend, it's just a deception. It's just a lie cooked up from the devil just to make you think it's normal. They make you feel as if once you masturbate, it's your own personal sin and nobody finds out and you're not disturbing anybody. But what about the people that you download their videos? Like, what about the porn stars? If they didn't have a market, they won't even be doing what they are doing. Do you understand? Like, they didn't have people that were purchasing, people that were downloading. They wouldn't. I hear the statistics is that film, like those that make pornography, make much more money per second or per minute in the States, and that's like really, really outrageous. I'll get the right statistics and put it somewhere down there on the screen. So by the time I got to SHS, I remember when it was time for me to go to SHS, like I didn't want to go. That was senior high school. I didn't want to go at all because I was like, God, if I go, I will not have a phone. Like, that was my life. Like, how am I going to go without my phone? Like, I felt like so disoriented and I was crying. My parents didn't understand this. They thought maybe just because I'm leaving the home or what, but for me it was like a death sentence, because that thing was like now my everything. It was, when I closed from school, it was the main thing I want to come home to. Like, it was like a person, like a human being to me. Do you understand? The way you can meet people and then you have soul ties, that thing was more or less like a soul tie for me. I'm not trying to exaggerate, I'm just telling you how it used to be like for me. So yeah, I remember when I got to SHS, because I couldn't access a phone, I then started looking for ways to like make myself feel good. So then I was using pillows, and so I always wait for everybody to leave the dormitory, and when they leave the dormitory, then I would try and just masturbate in the room. I don't know if anyone ever found out about this. I don't know. I was never caught, but God is good. I can't even believe I'm standing here today preaching. This is one reason why, excuse me, I just want to deviate for a minute, but this is just one reason why I don't take this position I'm standing in for granted, because I know it's God that has placed me here. He chose to put me here for this time. Do you understand? And because of where I'm coming back and what He has delivered me from, it's not today that I'm now coming to act and be behaving and be taking this work lightly, because like a lot of people are dying in secret sins. A lot of people are stuck in things that they shouldn't even be stuck in. And if He has called you to deliver them, it's not a light work. It's not something you just sit down there and just take for granted and do it in your spare time. You're supposed to give it like all your all. For some people, a man of God won't lay hands on them and deliver them from this. For some people, just this testimony and how God has just taken me out of it is enough to break the chains of bondage in their mind. Do you understand? I started masturbation before, like in JHS, but by SHS I was a pro. Why am I saying it like I'm proud? Well, in SHS, like I was a pro. People didn't know about it. I didn't tell any of my friends. It was just my own thing, so I can be with them. But I always want to go to a corner where they are not watching, where a lot of people are not there, do my own small then I'll live there. And I tell you, it's a very, very sad and a very empty life. I keep repeating empty because it's very empty. You'll be trying to get fulfillment from things that are not even meant to fulfill you. It's like trying to get fulfillment from the thing that's putting you in more bondage. Do you understand that? One thing I like to do is that I noticed that if I'm going to film this video and talk about how I got involved in masturbation and pornography and how God delivered me, it will take too long and the video will be too lengthy, and like I don't want to post videos longer than 25 minutes. So what I want to do is I just want to first talk about the first time I saw porn and how I got addicted to pornography and masturbation before I make another video about how God delivered me from them. So that's what we are going to do. I hope you enjoy this video. And if you notice there's a difference in my background, is because I've come home. I live alone. If you didn't know, I don't live with my parents. So I came here on Sunday. Today is Friday. I came here on Sunday to be with them, and God willing, I'll be leaving Saturday evening, which is tomorrow, or Sunday evening. So yeah, thank you. Your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know if you want me to have more videos like this. Yeah, that's my story. God delivered me by 20, around 20. By 20 years I was delivered from that, and it wasn't like an instant deliverance. It took time, but there was a defining moment where from that day I just literally stopped. There was no love for it in my heart. And in the next video that I'll talk about it. That will be a much more shorter video. I'll talk about how God literally just took me out of it and just took the love and the lust for it out of my heart. And you know, once you start to even watch porn or start masturbating, you start to objectify human beings, even people you respect, even your relatives. You start to look at them in that like sexual way. When you see them, you sort of imagine them naked, and you know how they look like without clothing. Do you understand? And I just thank God. All this thing I'm telling you about is all related to my low self-esteem, and yeah, it's all related to the low self-esteem. And low self-esteem is stemmed from when you don't know who you are in Christ. If you don't know who you are in Christ, you'll be looking for things to fill you. But once you find out, once you receive Christ, you realize you are already full. There's no place or no hold to give to anybody, because you are literally full. And so yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, comment and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, God bless you.